showtime. Hey everybody, it's the D-Rock100 and welcome back to more of Pokémon Sword. Last time, we defeated Milo at the Wedgehurst City Gym. We got ourselves the grass badge, and we have gotten our next objective going through Route 5. But before we do that, if I could pull up my map real quick. I'm back here in Motostoke City because there is actually something that I would like to show you guys real quick. Off screen, I decided to catch myself a little curry right here. I actually have a reason for this. Because coming in here, welcome to the Battle Cafe. You can battle here once a day. If you win, we'll give you a treat on the house. Do you want to battle? I will battle. This is a daily event that you can do here once a day. And your ultimate goal is, of course, win. And yet, curiously, there's something pretty nice about this place that might come to some good use for you. Oh, hearts at level 19. Nice. Dwight. That was about as smooth as a cup of Tapu Koko. Here's the treat I promised. That's it. Well, this is actually kind of embarrassing. What I was hoping to show is that if you come here once a day, you will have a chance of getting yourself a very interesting item known as a sweet. By giving him the sweet item to a Milcery, it'll evolve into, of course, into Alchemy, which is its evolution. I'm not going to give it a bio, but what's really nice is that it can, of course, evolve into not only it, but it could take on the form of one, and I think, God, like maybe 30 different appearances, depending on the time of day, time of night, and how you do it. I briefly talked about this when I mentioned about Milcery in this bio a couple episodes back, but that's the source of where you want to go to if you want to continue to do that. But, as you can tell, it's not going to end up being the case. And for this time, but... Oh, well, I guess it didn't hurt to show. Who do I want to bring with me? Because... Tell you what. Milcery, come on, you take a break for a little bit. Diglett, you're with me. And let's put Heart up in the front. Heart didn't really do much of anything in the past, but... Well, the past episode, but... Now we have a good excuse for bringing it out this time around. Going this way, we're now back here on Route 5. We briefly saw the place to battle those two guys. Come down this way. There's an item right here. Got a few heal balls right here. So I guess we won't go into this battle. We have some new Pokemon to find out here, like 16 to be more precise, and oh boy, an apple. This guy sent out an apple. Okay, let's just get right to it, and I'll try to be brief as much as I can for these Pokemon, but who knows, maybe we'll have a little fun while we're at it. First up, only found in Sword. Galarian Farfetch'd. Yep, they went that far. I don't know why they did it, but whatever. Okay, I actually gonna take that back a little bit because Farfetch'd in this game is good now. I never thought that I would ever see the day when Farfetch'd would actually be good. It's no longer a normal flying type, it is a pure fighting type, which I guess it's something, I guess. Oh, what am I kidding? It's great. Both of its abilities are no slouch, especially since you have one choice before you cannot worry about ever getting flinches, or when you can pretty much just attack ghost type moves with normal fighting types. And with a great attack stat of 95 base as it is, it will take a little while for it to fully evolve, but once it does, oh man, Surfetch is good. And heck, no wonder why Ash was able to win that last battle. But in all seriousness though, Galarian Farfetch'd is actually pretty good. I actually considered using it on my team for a while, but I just barely decided against it, and because I kind of don't want to mix things up for myself. Go with some Pokemon that I think is a little bit unusual, but it still kind of works out just the same. Wow, Buffett. Yep. That one Psychic type Pokemon that's a great hitter for double battles, not much for anything else. Case to the point, that HP stat is great, it can take a lot of good hits, and its main purpose is potentially to be used as the perfect counter and mirror code user. Protect itself from status problems with a safeguard, and potentially try to bring your opponent down with you with Destiny Bond. Not much else really needs to be said about that. It can be nice with that Shadow Tag ability to prevent Pokemon from escaping, but there's not really that many roaming legendaries and that are like the ones that just flee from battle. In fact, come to think of it, I don't think there is even a single one in this game, so oh well. In terms of using this thing, disregard what I said about Shadow Tag and use Telepathy because that's the better ability. Never use this for single player, but for double battles, highly recommended. Moving on into another Pokemon that's actually really good in both purposes, Drifloon. A ghost flying type that has 3 great abilities that nobody knows which one they want to go for. No, I'm actually being serious. I actually struggle to find out for which ability that I want. Drifloon is a great tank. It may not have the best defense and special defense out there, but with HP being 90 and speed being 70, who cares? Aftermath is probably going to be the best one to go for single player, Flare Boost for mix and matches, and I guess I'm burning for double battles. All in all, it's not bad. It used to be hard to come by back in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, and I guess Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl in this case, but in all seriousness though, it's great. Just go for this Pokemon if you really need a really decent tank of a flying type or a tank of a ghost type. No one will blame you for which one you want to go for over the other. Minccino. Oof. Okay. There are some Pokemon that work in strange ways, and Minccino managed to find a way to do just that. If you really are determined, Technician and Skill Link are probably the best ones to go for, in my opinion, over Q-Charm. This Technician powers on Pokemon who moves that are weak, and usually has no, at the very most, 60. And it actually knows some pretty good weak moves, and that actually complement on that. And Skill Link? Multi-striking moves will always hit at maximum amount of times of 5. The only real negative that I have to really say about Minccino is that you'll need a Shiny Stone for it to fully evolve, but the other real catch is it will no longer be able to learn any moves upon evolving. Because mostly, for those with Stone evolutions, that's just on the way how the cookie crumbles. And I hate that about certain evolutions like this. It's not bad to say the least, but I only ever really recommend you use Mincino if you just want something that's cute. Next up, only found in Shield, Spritzy. What? Okay, so this is a really good choice to go for duo battles and for when you have access to multiplayer. If I recall correctly, it needs to be holding an item known as the Satchel. There is a way on how you'll be able to get one of these items at a later point, but have fun and potentially trying to find the ways of using it, and for when you won't have access to multiplayer, it's just going to have stats like this for pretty much its entire life. It's meant to be used as a tanking support, but don't let that fool you. Heals in your allied status and condition, and Aroma Veil is actually not too bad to say the least. Protect itself and its allies from attacks that limit their move choices. That's pretty much like, say, Taunt and all that. I guess if you really want to have something that's good, you might as well look elsewhere because it's a fairy type and that requires an evolution for it to fully evolve, and that's unfortunately something that's lacking. Its counterpart in Sword is Swirlex, which, once again, you will need to have access to multiplayer and a certain held item, which we have yet to come across yet. In this case situation, you will need the Wit Dip. This is a special held item that will have it evolve into probably the strangest Pokemon out there. This one is a little bit more fitting for single player, especially since that Sweet Veil prevents yourself and your ally from falling asleep, but unburden boosts its speed if the Pokemon's health item is used up or lost. It's not bad, but just remember you need to have access to a certain item and have multiplayer to trade it away to get it back. That's all I can really say about Swirlex, so I guess in terms of the way how it looks, it's... I guess Milker is probably going to be the better choice to go for either way. Next up is Stuffle! It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die! It might as well be that. A normal fighting type is kinda strange. I get into that in once into trying to be good at dealing some good mixed amount of damages, especially since in that it gets same type attack bonus from normal types and fighting types. And, of course, Beware is also pretty nice as well. But... and here it comes. It works fine just now because it probably won't catch up with your team for a while, and it's a decent normal fighting type as it is. Sorry if I'm sounding a little bit negative with Stuffle, but I've seen lots of normal types and fighting types that are better than it. Especially since I have Klutz, don't ever use because you can't use held items. Q-Charm is kind of odd. And Fluffy makes it very, shall we say, flammable. I've talked about this one from before with Wooloo, since it has that same ability of Fluffy. And that's why, ironically, Runaway is going to be the best one to go for, unless if you're going up against any Pokemon who don't use Fire-type moves. All in all, stuff was good, but you're better off just looking elsewhere. Moving on to random encounters is actually a pretty nice Pokemon that can be annoying, but can work. Lombre. Everything that I said about Lotad from earlier applies from here. We now are getting access to a Pokemon that actually knows some pretty good Water-type moves for a change. You will need to have a Water Stone for it to fully evolve, but once again, be wary that some things it could change once it fully evolves into Ludicolo. And this is a really good range summoner. And if you're looking for a great range summoner, Lombre and Ludicolo are your guys. Not much really needs to be said about this. It's great, but just be careful on how you use it, especially since it has a whole lot of weaknesses than you would think at first glance. Lombre can only be found in Shield. Forgot to mention that. finding in Sword, however, is Nuzleaf. Actually, the things that said about Xenon does not apply this time around. If Nuzleaf becomes a part Dark type, but it drops its defense and becomes a pretty decent mixed attacker upon him. Well, at this point in the game. Just like with Lombre, you're going to need an Evolution Stone, in this case, a Leaf Stone. But believe it or not, this is a great Sun Summoner that works in so many great ways, especially since if you're looking for a Sun Summoner for your team. Big, however, incoming. Because it now is a part Dark type, it actually gains more weaknesses and because of that. And you're probably going to be seeing some other better Pokemon later on, and it can be a bit of a struggle to deal with at this point in the game. As I said, you'll need a Leaf Stone to fully evolve, but just be mindful that some of the moves can change. But, hey, it can work in a million different ways. Up next is Nincada. This is a very awkward Pokemon that even I keep forgetting him that is a part ground type. Cutting straight to the point, Compound Eyes is the best ability to go for. Why? Better than running away, that's for sure. Okay, but in all seriousness though, this is a great Pokemon if you have moves and that have some low accuracy, but thanks to Compound Eyes, it will boost in that by I think 30% if I recall correctly. But in all seriousness though, I like this thing. And I kind of think it's a bit underrated. It'll evolve into one of the fastest unbunked flying types in the game, but if you also have an additional Spawn hit in your slots, and having at least an extra Pokeball at hand, Shedinja is weird. And when I say weird, I mean it's very fragile. So, the way how I can put it is, your options are one of the fastest bug flying types that you're going to be finding in the game, or a ghost bug type, and that actually works really differently, but it's only ever weak, takes damage, and for any moves that is a type disadvantage of. This is not to be taken lightly. It only ever has 1 HP as a Shedinja. Excuse me. Yeah, Shedinja. That's it. I was right. Just be careful on that. It can be hard to raise, but be careful about how you use this thing at first. Next up is Esper. Are we talking about Esperoba with ESP? You say so. Excuse me. A special offensive and tanky psychic type. Whatever. But the only real big thing I have to say about Esper is what is it doing all the way out here? And, okay, it's not 100% bad. In fact, if you really want one, either K9 or Infiltrators are going to be one of the better abilities here to go for. Own Tempo just prevents it from being confused. But, pretty much at this point, you could probably do it without it, since you're not going to be dealing with a lot of Pokemon that relies on confusion. Excuse me, I just got something on my throat. But, it's a decent Psychic type, and it will learn Psychic at a late level. And evolving it, it's more than just cosmetic. It just shows up on how weird Psychic Cactus can be in the future. Next up is one of my personal favorites, Dewpider. This is a very, very underrated Pokemon, even from when it made its official appearance. A water bug type, and that actually has a really nice ability of a water bubble. This lowers the power of fire type moves and prevents the Pokemon from ever getting burned. You can actually go in multiple ways with this Pokemon. I actually would recommend this. If you're looking for a good water type or a decent bug type and some of the earlier ones disappointed you, I guess maybe with the exception of Sobble, I recommend this. It will take a little bit of some time for it to fully evolve, but once you get around all that, Dewpider and its evolution of Araquanid is one of, if not the best water bug types that you're going to be seeing in the game. It's really unique, it's really nice, but yeah, it may not be the fastest, but at least it's a nice wall. Next up is Dottler, the evolution of Blipbug. Many things that I said about Blipbug kind of apply with Dottler. And this time around, it becomes a part psychic type, and it becomes one of the best double walls this early in the game. The only real big warning I need to warn you about. It drops its speed, but makes it up for having some pretty nice defense, a special defense. But, and this is where things are gonna irk me a little bit more. It's not exactly the best in it for dishing out damages. It will evolve pretty soon into its final evolution, which is kind of nice, I guess. Yeah, you're better off with something else at this point. I only ever recommend this as just as a wall. Nothing else. It's actually kind of the bug psychic type version of Umbreon. As weird as that may sound, but they made it work, I guess. Okay, we're almost done. Actually, this last one is going to be done for the time being, and I actually welcome this a bit. Applin! Okay, this one's weird. And by weird, I mean it's disgustingly weird. It's a grass dragon type, the very first dragon we're going to be seeing in the game. And why is it that so many dragon types that we've been seeing for the past couple of generations look like this? It's weird, it makes no sense, but it has some pretty interesting gimmicks. It has a signature ability of Ripen. It doubles into their effects, and I guess ripens the berry. It's weird. It will take a little while for it to get the item that you need to evolve it, which I believe that's how it is. I kind of skimmed on that part, but the point is, there are better dragon types out there. There's a whole lot better grass types out there. If you really want one, go right ahead. You're gonna be a little disappointed though, and even I was a bit disappointed at it at first. I tried using one, but I struggle to find good things to say about this one. It does become a little bit better and better in its final evolution, which won't be for a little while. But, like I said, you're better off with something else. There's a whole lot better grass and dragon types out there. So does that mean that it's Monday and it ate through a single apple, but it's still hungry? I think you might see where I'm going with this. Okay! Whew! I can finally catch my breath, but not for long. So right here we have a nursery. There's actually 2 nurseries in the game. One right here and one out in the wild areas. I never got a chance to show you this because we haven't gotten to that point yet. I'm actually kind of taking a moment to kind of catch my breath for a moment. So, can I sit on here? Can I sit on here? Can I sit? No. Oh well. But this person. It's a Toxel, a real Toxel. I found an egg and carried it around with me, and it hatched into a Toxel. Why don't you raise it? It's a real shocky Pokemon. Yeah, I'm not done. But this one is actually pretty nice. This is actually one of the more interesting things in Pokemon that we have seen thus far. Now let's take a look at you real quick. And it's only level 1. Oh, poor little Toxel. But don't worry. Leveling up's pretty easy. Huh. A neutral nature with Rattle for the ability. Let's see. And you have Nuzzle, Growl, Flail, and Acid. Not bad to say the least. Harder nature and it likes to thrash about. I think that prioritizes an attack, I think? I never really pay attention to natures anyway. So now that we got in this Toxel, you give us some more experience in Candy Haze. And we already collected some of these already. Why are they giving us the description of it now? Oh. I thought you'd be coming a little later. You know what? Sure, let's do this. What are we gonna talk? Why don't we go ahead and do all this, and then we'll go in quickly talking about Toxel real quick. Toxel! An electric poison type that actually is pretty good. I actually raised one myself, and it was very, very reliable. Probably the best thing that I could say about it is that, despite of what you would think of it at first glance, it becomes a pretty nice sweeper. I mean, sure, its defenses are lacking, but to each their own, I guess. Once it fully evolves in toxicity at a later level, it'll know its signature move known as Overdrive. This is an 80 power, 100 accuracy special electric type move that inflicts damages to all opponents. Do I need to say anything else about that? That's awesome! I like it! But like I said from before, it's only level 1. So raising it can be a little bit of a challenge, but at least we can safely say that the experience shares are now pretty much going to be a thing throughout the entirety of the Pokemon adventures. But I digress. Leveling up is going to be pretty easy. If you really are determined, you got those experience and candies, you got some high level trainers coming up. There's a lot of ways how you can raise this thing. Big, however, incoming. Ground types. It holds a quad weakness into ground, and it also has a weakness into psychic. You definitely want to consider this, but only if you know how to properly use it. I recommend it, but it can be a challenge. Something tells me that my choice for this one was not the best one, so Corvus Squire, get out here. So glad that I know how to be brief with some of these battles, especially since that we have a lot to talk about, but to make things worse, there's one more Pokemon that I gotta talk about for this episode, and editing this is going to be a pain in the ass. There we go. Alright. Now I can finally give myself a chance to breathe around these parts. Oi, just hand over that bike already! We needed to cross a long bridge! We're gonna use that bike to chase her around gym challenges! It'll be a scream! How barbaric. It wouldn't work anyway. You don't even have a road on with you. Hey, young gym challenger, they're trying to steal my bike. Please, if you could give them a good thrashing, I would be in your debt. Oi! We're not trying to steal the bike, only borrowing it! We're gonna use it to chase out the gym challengers and make them all tired. But I think you deserve a special shout out. I'm gonna crush you in a battle. Buddy, you're trying a little too hard. But if you insist. I suppose I could be swayed. But guess what? The only real shout out here that you're getting is you getting shut it out. Thievel. Oh, you're the evolution. Okay, never mind. I take it to my bag. Alright. We'll definitely be talking about this Pokemon a little bit later because we'll be seeing this thing in the wild. And ouch! Do I have some things to say about that? We're Team U! We get them in the faces of trainers! Gah! You crushed my attempt to crush you! Why, you? I want that bike! Don't get in my way! Oh! Finally! Finally! One that actually has a challenge for me! Probably one of the funniest things that I hope that the Sableye has is Stall. I think that's its signature ability if I recall correctly. And why do you keep using Astonish? Can't you use like Quick Attack or something to at least give me something on the matter? I guess you won't buy. Pokemon just leveling up left and right. I was too distracted by that bike. Otherwise, there'd be no way to lose to a yellow belly like you. Yellow belly? What am I, a fish? You're too strong. If you stay in the gym challenge, you're gonna cause problem for Our Lady. You haven't seen The Last of Us, so we're gonna make sure you stay out of Our Lady's way. Joke's on you. We're friends. My word, you're great, the trainer. And I see you have a Pokédex too. That means you have a Rotom with you. Fantastic. I think I'll give you this bike to you. Then, better you have it than Team U. Now you have the Rotom love motors very, very much, right? You have to jump right into machines that have motors. So, that got me thinking. If I attach a motor to a bicycle, then maybe I can get a Rotom to pop into that as well. I see. It's true, because Rotom is motor spelled backwards. Come now, give it a shot. Give it a shot, excuse me. Enjoy cycling through with Rotom to the fullest. You and Rotom can ride that bike together. We now have the Rotom bike. Press the plus or the minus button to ride your bike with Rotom. Yep. Oh, item. We have feathers right here that we can collect. Which are pretty nice. Oh. There you are, Derek. I'm warning you, though. Any closer than that, and you're going to have a battle, you and me. Well, in that case. Just getting my notes ready, and then do that. Okay, we're good. I warned you! We're both gym challengers who've earned ourselves a grass badge! This is the perfect training! Here comes Hot Rival Battle number 3. You gotta love the spirit of the kid. Wooloo! Level 18! Pure normal type, run away for the ability with tackle, ground, defense curl, and double kick. Let's have a taste of what a gym badge holder team can do! Just be careful. We don't want him to destroy the bridge. Alright. Thanks. Alright. Secret! And entered. Yeah! Alright. Who do I want to have go next? You know what? Sure. Corvusquire, level 19, pure flying type, a nerf for the ability, with Leer, Peck, Fury Attack, and Pluck. Alright. Let's see here for what we can do. You got a Leer? Well, guess what, buddy? I got a Flame Wheel. Why are you not using Peck on me? You know if this burns you, that's gonna cut that power in half, right? Great. Well, that effort pretty much just went to waste. Oh, sure. You go for the Fury attack rather than going for the Peck that actually would do something. Let's see you get out of this mess. Should have used that from before. But did you happen to learn that burn cuts your attack stat in half? I think you might have missed a step. And finally, Drizzly, level 21, pure water type with Torrent for the ability. Round, Ground, Water Pulse, and Bind. Thwacky, level 21, pure grass type, Overgrowth for the ability. With Rounds, Razor Leaf, Double Hit, and Screech. Sobble, I guess excuse me. Raboot to level 21, pure fire type, Blaze for the ability. With Round, Ground, Double Kick, and Charge. Flame Charge, excuse me. I got no time to waste. Let's just leave this guy to death. Uh-oh. Yeah, like you haven't said that already. Ew! Binding me with your tongue? I guess you could say that's biding your time. Yeah, whatever. You know what? Poke. Yeah! Oh, you can learn knockoff! This makes it so that you could also knock off an item that's being held by the opponent. I'm gonna say pass on this one. We both got ourselves the same gym badge, so how'd you come so much stronger? On-screen training! Glad you asked. You gotten strong, Derek. Seems like I'm going to train even harder from now on. Next up is Nessa, the leader of the water gym. Now, I believe... Come over this way. Oh, hello. Another resist feather. Aha! We have a Wanderer! And it only appears at this point. This is Elgos, the evolution of Gossifleur. Everything that is said about Gossifleur here applies. Once again, not much really changes, but that cutting down signature ability is always nice to say the least. Especially so that once it is attacked, it will cause all the Pokemon except itself to lower its speed stat. This is a very good choice. Plus, with it being a pure grass type, and there's a lot of weaknesses, and Nani has some best defense stats to go for, can't say no to that, eh? But honestly, you're better off than with any other grass type. It's not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that it's awkward.
Heck, even in the cotton that looks on his head looks like an afro, and it looks like very 70s era. So I guess you could say it kind of brings out awkward in a way, but... Okay, no offense to anyone who's from the 70s, but... The other abilities are no slouch either. It's just that Cotton Down's probably going to be the best ability to go for both single player and double battles. Especially double battles. And if anytime I can try to catch this thing, that'd be great. Ah! Thanks. Perhaps... Maybe a nest ball? Why did I think that would work? You do realize that Charger Bugs practically can't do anything, right? Because I'm just trying to catch you. Oh, come on! Alright, you want me to be classic? You should consider yourself lucky that I don't have an Ultra Ball. Because this is as good as you're gonna get. I should probably point out that getting Elgos out here is really, really mean. You can only ever find it at this point in the game, and I don't remember if you can find this only one time. But I don't know why I'm really bothering much with trying to catch this thing. I guess I just want to see it as more of like a trophy, I guess. But whatever. Seen that a lot. I should probably knock that off. But whatever. Come on, give me. Don't make me switch out to a different Pokemon, guys. I will warn you. I will do it. Come on, Elgos. You should not be this hard to catch. Thank you. Oh, wow. That really did a number on that. And, ooh, you gotta learn Spark. Gonna learn Spark for that? Yes, please. Alright. Now... I'm actually gonna take care of this trainer off screen. And that one, because I'm actually running just a little bit low on time. But I actually really don't want to deal with that right now. But nevertheless, welcome to Holbury. Our next destination and the next place we're going to be ending things off. And there's the water stadium. Went in this way. Before doing something you're gonna regret, make sure you come into a Pokemon Center so you can heal up, or else you're gonna be a sudden duck if you don't. Do you have anything special over here? No? Okay. Maybe a little bit later. Alright. Our sincerest apologies. The chairman is quite busy at the moment. Everyone, please disperse. Please leave now. Okay, see you later, chairman. No need to rush off. I can still do more autographs. I'll even give you my Pokemon League card. Ugh. We need the support of our fans to keep doing what we're doing. Chasing them off like that, aren't you being a bit too harsh, Olina? Fans are very important, of course. That's why you need to keep doing your work. For their sake. I promise to do everything in my power to assist you, too, Chairman. Oh, and you were... Bede, sir. That's right, Bede. I dare say I am impressed on how far you've come since I gave you that Pokémon all those years ago. Will you be the one to win the gym challenge? Or perhaps it will be one of the trainers endorsed by the champion? I will prove your faith in me as was well placed, Chairman. I won't lose to anyone. Anyway, I'll be on my way now. Ah, your name was Derek, right? We were just talking about you. I admit I'm curious about Leon's reason for endorsing you. Ah, I just had a good idea, as I tend to do. You're going to face Gym Leader Nessa soon, yes? If you get a gym badge from her, I'll hold a celebration. I'd like to get to know you a little better after all. Chairman, we should really be going. Please do your best for the sake of Galor's future. The chairman will be heading into this town's seafood restaurant. Win the gym badge and join them there at once. Do not keep him waiting. Hate to break it to you, lady, but unfortunately, he's gonna have to do a little bit of some waiting. Because we're actually almost out of time for this episode. And before you ask, no, we're not covering any of the Pokemon here yet because I'm kind of running out of patience. I'm actually... Oh, it's another station. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't think I've ever really been up here before. I guess I probably have been, but that was probably a long time ago. But, oh well. I guess with all that said and done, I think we're gonna go ahead and wait. That woman's gone. Why is that woman gone? Said she just faded from existence. I mean, that's a little bizarre right here. Oh! Incense! That one might actually come in handy. Gives me some extra prize money as well. Let's see here. This one I never really understood. I'm not gonna sure there's ever a real difference between the two, but you know what? Give me the luck incense. You can never tell when that could come in handy. So anyway, now that we've finally gotten all that, we're gonna end things off right here. Next time, I think we explore a little bit more of the city, and maybe we'll get into our next gym battle next time. See you guys then. And now, I can go rest my voice.